Hi, welcome to another video and episode about my Arduino Yun. Last time I explored some options, settings. I made a big oops, but recovered. And when I started it this time, it took quite some time before I got online with it. And as you can see, it still has this IP address, which I want to change. So let's go to configure. And I want it to be more advanced. So the question still is, how do I change this? This needs to change. Well, the reason why it needs to change I explained last time, episode 2. But the question is, where do I change it? And I think it is best to leave the DHCP server on it live, which means that I only have to change the IP address lease. Firewall I leave alone, routes I leave alone, and this is the IP address of the laptop right now. Going to system, which has of course it will have something to show, but I think I should be at network. But can I change things at network? I think so, because this says edit. So let me see what I can edit. And here I can actually edit stuff. This is a static address, which is quite normal, because otherwise a DHCP address would change this address time and again. So this is the address to change. And last time I figured out that I need a server lease range, and the existing one is 120 to 125. So I figure right now I would do between 140 and 145, because that range is still not in my system. But the lease range should not be the address that I use here. So it is best to take 139 for it. And before I change, let's see what advanced settings mean. Disable the DHCP. I won't. Advanced settings DHCP. No, I'll leave that. Physical settings. Wireless network. Okay. File settings. I'll leave that as well. General setup. So when I change this, I'll probably have to reboot and then disconnect from the wireless network right now, sign in to the other, and then I should be fine. So let's do that. But there's another thing that I have to do. Where do I set the range? Because if I change this address, I have to change the range in which the DHCP address is being saved. And where do I do that? DHCP and DNS. Where is the range of that? I don't see it. So first thing to do that, and after that I can change wherever the DHCP was, which is here. Okay, so far I know how to change the primary address of this one. It's not that hard because I can do it here. However, how do I change the lease range? And I haven't been able to find that yet. So I'm sticking to LAN, LAN, local address network, or yeah. Wi-Fi isn't the solution either, or is it? Let me just edit it for a moment. Wireless overview. What is in it? Interface configuration, advanced settings. This is not really it, and I explored it last time. What's more interesting is the DHCP. And unfortunately, dynamic host configuration protocol. Yeah, I know that. It is how, without a static address, you get an IP address. But it is not what I want to know. Static routes is not an option either. Host names, not important. So the question is it even possible to have the IP range set? You would think that with DHCP here in this page it would be possible, but I don't see it. And that is quite annoying, so to say. This is firewall stuff. I don't need that right now. Can it be done? Yes or no? Its response is quite okay, but that's it. Okay, that means that the information, oh, that's a good one. Is there any information where I can find it. So-called help. That's a good one. Or am I on my own? No help, no anything. Going back to the tab I've been on for quite some time now. Domain required. I don't know, local server. Sure, fine. List of DNS servers, no. Why doesn't it say anything? Neither does it here. These are static leases. And this is a DHCP lease. But once again, I want it on the same subnet. That means that at least this has to change and this has to change. It should be 10.0.0 something, and I determined for myself 139. But if I change this, meaning if I change the host name, then I am in peril, because what is the DHCP address range? I have no idea. Okay, I can't find it in here, then I have to find it online. So let's see what it delivers. So for things like Linux and Unix, graphical interfaces can be disturbing. Things look like easy to do, but as you have noticed, it's not easy at all. Not for me. Then, looking for info, I realized that I should not look for the Yun installing setup. Sorry. And then I realized, well, this board is an Arduino. It's Arduino Yun, but the Linux is OpenWRT. So I went into a terminal, and what did I find? First of all, in the network, as with all, I'm going too fast. First of all, with every Linux in /etc, the settings are there, and in this case, in the subdirectory config, there's a file named network. Network contains the IP address, so this is one that I should change. Then also a DHCP file, which shows clearly the start and the limit, or start and finish of the DHCP range. So I'll have to change that too. First of all, though, let me change. No, I'm doing it wrong, because less is just showing. I should use VI. The hash means that I'm root, as you can see here, and root means full control. And don't be mistaken, full control also means you can ruin it all, and completely ruin. So I need to be careful on this. Anyway, I'm going to change this now to the full address that I want to use. and then it would be very nice. Right, and now I managed to get something that I realize I am dealing with an embedded system, and that means that VI commands are not all implemented. Like now, the U is a command to undelete, which is not implemented here. So what I do is now use Q exclamation mark, which means quit without any saving, no matter what. I go back and there it is. So now here I should be able to say CW, which is change word. Now I should be able to say, no, hold on, this is not going right. Anyway, this should be 0. This one should be 0. And this one should be 0. But keep in mind, I already have an IP address 1. So I'm going to add, this is not right, I'm going to add or insert, in this case I for insert 39. Now this is correct. All the other stuff is correct. This means it is a static address, which I'm fine with. So this is nice. It is not immediately active, but this is a start. Now when I do less network, that's how I set it clear. Then VI, alright, VI DHCP, and this I want to have different, from starting from 140, so I only need to change 0 to 4, and this is 45, so I need to change to 45 here. Ready. So when I reboot it and clear the network, I should have been given the address 10.0.0.140. So we'll see if that has happened, if that will happen. For now I will exit the interface. I'll exit this one and I will reboot the board if it lets me. So yes, I want to log out, and I'm going to unpower and reset it and see what happens. So when you think you have done everything right, you reboot the card. Not strictly necessary, but anyway, you have to disconnect anyway because you are going to a different subnet, and it connects nicely to the same port. You check for the IP address and you find you're on 235. Not exactly what is expected, because the IP range was set to 140 to 145, which is completely different from this. Apart from that, this is also not good, and this side is unreachable. So Yeah, right. Not quite sure what has happened and why. So no, for some reason I can't get to information, but it connects. That's one thing. So something is right. The question is, what is? Let's check for some information. Right. 139. Primary DNS 139. So that is correct. Okay, let's check something else. Can I ping? That is just basic networking. No, I cannot connect. This is not good. So from setting everything alright to this. Okay, let's check the old address again. Is it working? I doubt it, because this is a totally different network address. And as I've seen already, let's get back to information. This is what I've said. This is exactly what I've said. And yet it is unreachable. So that is not quite the same, to be honest. Yeah, right. Anyway, I feel that I have to reset the whole thing again, set again, and see what else I can do, because right now it's messed up. Well, I did everything correct. So for now I'm gonna let it be for this. Unfortunately ending with a big oops so far. Maybe I find something else that I think it's less a big oops, but anyway, thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please consider to let advertisements run in between the segments of my videos. Visit my website, please, and there you can find another way to support my blog, and this is going to be continued.